Chill Out Records.
What's up, my people? I hope you're having a fantastic week, or have had a fantastic week. All right, let's get this music out of the way. Thank you so much for checking out the channel. I really do appreciate it, guys. It really means a lot to me that you are here on a Friday, because I love Fridays, because we're looking forward towards that weekend. Now, today we're going to be talking about role models. But before I get into that, obviously, I hope you guys did something productive or have been doing something productive. I know most of you people are always just looking towards Friday, and then it's like, oh, well, now I don't want to do anything else now. I just want to sleep all weekend and not be productive. But if you weren't productive during the week, at least try and be productive during the weekend in a good way, of course. Anyway, so today we're going to be talking about role models, and I'm gonna jump straight into the topic because there's kind of quite a lot to discuss. Let me just double check that my live chats are working, just in case one of you guys decides to join and drop me a message in a live chat here. Let's see if that shows up. There we go. All right, so good. The live chat's working, just in case anyone decides to drop in something. I don't know why I'm having some network problems. It's a bit strange. Okay, it looks like it's fine. Okay, cool. Cool. All right, let's get started. It looks like we got someone checking out the channel. Thank you for checking out the channel. Okay, we're gonna jump straight into the freaking topic, man. Role models. Why do we need role models, man? Let's talk a little bit about why we need role models, and kind of, is it like really important, and these were kind of questions that I asked myself when I was younger, and it's good to kind of ask yourself these questions when you're younger, because when you're young, you're so stupid, you're so dumb, you'll end up making I'm at the movies. Sab, thank you so much for checking in, and you're at the movies. No worries. I really do appreciate it. Enjoy the movie. What movie are you watching though, by the way? if you can tell me though. Quickly tell me what movie you're watching. Don't tell me it's an Indian movie. Must be an Indian movie. Just tell me. You're at the movies, but yes, what movie are you watching? Okay, whatever. Fine. Where was I? Yes. So why do we need role models? So yes, I was saying, you're young, you're so stupid. You're like, what the fuck? You have no direction. You're still trying to find purpose in your life. Like, what do I need to do when I get older? Who do I need to follow? And the best way to really navigate this crazy life and crazy world is to find someone that you aspire to be in the next 10, 15 years. And the reason I kind of say that is because you don't want to find someone who's your age mate and say that this is someone that I look up to. Oh, this is my classmate. This is my age mate. Black Adam. Ooh, Black Adam's a nice movie. All right, bye. Anyway, yeah, you'll check out the live stream later, whatever. Speaking of checking out the live stream, I've really noticed my numbers have really started picking up. I really do appreciate the fact that you guys, even if you're not joining me live, but you're watching the show like later on, I really do appreciate it, guys. It means a lot to me. Okay, Black Adam isn't such a bad movie. In fact, I think I'll go and check it out as well. Anyway, what was I saying? Yes, you're young, you're stupid, you don't know what the hell. I posted the answer 1 month ago. I posted the answer a month ago. Oh, okay. I guess I didn't catch that. Okay. My network is misbehaving. Yeah, I do not know what's going on. Uh, Freaking hell, man. It's just telling me that it's dropping frames. I mean, it's a Friday, man. I probably got like a gazillion people on the network right now. Shit. Let me see. Let me see. What's going on with my network, man? I mean, this is the best that I can get it up to. Yeah, but it is showing me it's really dropping frames. All we can do is hope and pray, hope and pray. There's nothing else I can say, man. Okay, I'm just gonna do the live, whatever, man. If it fucks up, it fucks up. If you guys can't hear me or see me, uh, just let me know. I can't. Oh man, this sucks. Oh, there we go. Okay, so it looks like it's picking up. Okay, cool. I think it should be fine. All right, cool, 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 cool. Just drop a comment on the live chat or something if you're not able to hear me or see me or whatever. Just let me know. Okay. Find someone that is older. Yes, you gotta find someone who's older when you're looking for a role model. And this is from my own experience. I feel like you don't want to find someone that's your age mate, and your age mate is telling you that, yeah, you're telling someone that this age mate is my role model. The reason I kind of don't agree with that is because this person is also as confused as you are, and you're both trying to find your way in life. And especially, people between the ages of 18, 19, 20, your hormones are all over the place. It's very difficult for you to navigate the world. You're still trying to figure out if you want to go to campus, if you want to go to college, or you just want to start working. Maybe your dad has left you with like a lump sum of money, or maybe you've got like a family business that you want to run and you're still trying to decide. So it's a lot of things that you need to think about. And it's so difficult because you're so young, and making these critical, crucial decisions at this age without any guidance it's just that's just a recipe for disaster. And from my experience, I kind of learned this quickly, was that you got to find someone that you look up to and see, like, okay, in 10 years or 10, 15 years, let's say, for instance, I want to be like this guy. Another thing you need to make sure that you do is, or from what I've experienced, is you don't want to just pick one person as a role model. Yes, you can have one person that you really aspire to be, but everyone is unique. You are unique in your own way, right? There's not another person out there like you. Maybe you might share the same personalities and qualities as another person, but you are unique to your in your own way, and the way that you do things and the way that you talk and speak and create stuff is unique to you. And you wouldn't really want to find one person and aspire to be that one person alone. What I did when I was younger was I looked up a couple of people that I aspired to be, and I picked out the best qualities that I liked in that person. I picked up like the really good qualities in that person, and I said, I'm gonna practice to be like that quality. I liked this quality in a person. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna apply it in my life. And so I kind of narrowed down my list. I had quite a lot of people that I looked up to, and three people came to mind that I really liked, and we'll discuss why I picked them, and what qualities I kind of liked in them. And I think maybe these could be some qualities that you'd want to, I don't know, maybe use in your life, I guess, apply in your life, I guess, in your personality, I guess. Yeah. So I think, did I touch up on why you'd want someone older? Of course, experience trumps everything. There was a comedian, Louis C.K. He talked about this in one of his comedy stand-up gigs. He said that experience trumps everything. You could have a garbage man, and this is what he says in his stand-up comedy. He says a garbage man with over 40 years of experience is more reliable and dependent. You can look up to that person compared to a 21-year-old with 3 degrees, because the 21-year-old with 3 degrees, all that person's done is just been reading books and stayed indoors. That's all that person's done. Yes, he's book smart, but he has no real life experience. Whereas this 40 years of experience of maybe a 70-year-old garbage man, he's got experience in his life. Maybe he was working as a CEO of a company before he lost it all and now became a garbage man. You never know what kind of a life this person has lived. So you always want to look up to someone who has had a lot of life experience, regardless of the education, because life experience is something that you can't learn in the freaking books, man. You can only sit down with someone and learn from them, from their habits and how they behave, and you talk to them on a daily basis. Another thing I kind of noticed is like some people have online role models, people who they have never met in person. I wouldn't really advise that. From my experience, I've had role models with people that I've actually physically met. So it's really important that if you're looking up to someone or aspire to be like someone or copy some of their traits that you want to apply in your life, try and sit down with that person at some point in their lives, talk to them on a regular basis and see what kind of a person they are, see how they're living their life, and see if this is something that you can apply in your own life to help you succeed. So let's quickly go into the 3 people that I kind of really aspired to, and I kind of felt like these were people that I could take home. I could take something back, with me. So number 1 is Chris. I'm not going to go into like the full names and where they were and all these details. I'm just going to give you like a general overview. So Chris was he was my line manager a couple of years ago, a long time ago. He was a CEO and a line manager. I reported, so I was working under him and I reported to him directly. And the longer I worked with him, and I even spent time with him physically, we met, sometimes we would go into the office, we would have like these Christmas gatherings and stuff like that, Christmas parties. We would always meet up and hang out and talk. One thing I really loved about this guy was he was an amazing bullshitter. There's always, I think you guys have already known this. Like, you always notice like CEOs and all these people who are in higher up positions are, I would say, dickheads. It's because they know how to bullshit their way up there. They know how to bullshit their way up to the top. Like, they can do the talking, but they don't actually have the action and the result. Like they don't have the knowledge, but they can just talk their way into a certain situation. And that's what I really liked about this guy was he was able to really, I'm not saying that he's not smart. Of course he was smart, but the way he handled situations in areas that he did not understand was so nice and amazing. And I just love that quality about him. And it even got me thinking, like, this is amazing because you don't want to give off this impression that you do not know something, especially when you're in a professional setting or if you are doing an interview for a job. And especially for an interview for a job, you don't want to use words like I can't, I don't, I never, no. You don't want to use words like that. Fuck no. You use those kind of words in an interview, especially in an interview, your interviewee is going to look at you like, oh, this guy doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. So how he did that whole maneuvering was amazing. So what he would do is you ask him a question, for instance, you ask him some technical question or just something that you are conversant about, but not, you think he would be, but he's not. What he would do is he would change the topic and talk around the subject. He would talk around, like he would mention topics around the question that you're asking him. And so what would happen at that point is like your attention would be diverted from the question that you just asked him, and now it's like, oh, but he also knows about this. So you make this assumption in your head that, oh, actually, you know what, he does know what he's talking about, when in real essence he doesn't really know. He hasn't given you the response. It's more like the way politicians kind of respond to certain things. And I kind of feel like the higher you climb this corporate ladder and the higher you get up in this field, it's like, you just need to learn how to do the talk. Just know how to talk your way into certain positions, talk your way into a specific salary that you're looking for. It's just so amazing that he was able to do that. Of course, when it came to the skill set and everything, Star Records, what's up, man? How you doing? I hope this is Luno or Ibrastar, whoever. Thank you for checking out the channel, man. I really do appreciate it, man. What are you guys up to, man? Is this Luno or is this is it Luno or Ibrastar? I can't remember. But anyway, I don't know who manages Star Records, or is it the both of you guys? I don't know. I could be wrong. So what was I talking about? Yeah, so I was talking about the way he just bullshits. Oh, Luno, yes. Okay, cool. Shout out to Ibrastar, by the way. I don't know if he manages the Star Records channel though. But I think it's just you that does that, man. But anyway, man, really do appreciate it, man. Yeah, bro, if you've got any questions or comments or something, man, keep talking. Okay, first of all, let me ask you something, bro. Okay, 1-to-1. Do you think like what the fuck I'm talking about even makes any sense? Or am I just rambling? am I just rambling on and it's like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? So yeah, because I just felt like it makes sense to talk about role models, man. Role models are so important, especially when you're younger, man. So, but anyway, okay. So yeah, so this guy just knew how to just say whatever like he would just bullshit his way into a certain situation, and he would just come up with a way to just get himself like scot-free. And I'm not saying that he would commit any stupid crimes or anything like that, but I'm just saying he wanted to be a CEO and he knew what words to say, which people to contact, how to contact them. So communication was so his strong point. As long as it makes sense to you, the cop world is crazy. Must know how. Oh fuck, man! I need to increase the time on this thing. Wait, what? The cop world is crazy. Must know how to negotiate your way through the corporate world. Yes, the corporate world. Exactly, bro. That's the fucking shit that I'm talking about, man. Yeah, so working under this dude, the longer I worked under him, I just realized, fuck, this guy doesn't even know jack shit. But the way he smooth talks his way into the positions, man. Ooh, fucking genius. So I really looked up to him, It really got me thinking, like, if I can talk like this dude, if I know what buttons to press, if I know what your interests are, you can have a conversation with someone and then suddenly their ears just perk up and they're interested in hearing what you have to say because you have touched on topics. You have touched on topics that they're interested in because no one gives a fuck about you. Everyone is self-centered. Everyone is about the self-interest, So especially when you work in the corporate world, it's like, you have to touch up on topics. It's how they say, kissing your boss's ass. You need to know where to kiss. So that's the important thing. And I think he was beautiful at that. And I love that about him. And I was like, you know what? Show me the way, master. Show me how it's done. So I really engaged a lot with him. I talked, I had one-on-one peer programming sessions with him and just really learned how he got this trade, what kind of movies and things, what kind of content does he consume that has made him that kind of a person. So that's Chris for you in a nutshell. Another person, the second person is Jason. Who's Jason? So Jason was a product owner at Barclays, and he was the product owner for the Timiza Barclays banking app. And this was a long time ago. I was a junior developer at that point, working for that company. He doesn't work there anymore, and I've also left that other company that I was working for. But when we were working together for 3 to 4 months, I'm still in contact with Jason, by the way, because there's something that I really liked about him, and I felt like I could place him as one of those people that I can see myself being. Because yes, I talked about Chris. Yes, of course, I aspire to be that smooth talker. Yeah, all of these people, these are the qualities that I kind of felt like, damn, that's amazing. If you're able to talk and sway the person and all that kind of shit, I think that was amazing. And your words have more power than your actions. You don't even have to lift up anything. You don't have to take action. You just have to speak, and your words have that much power. That's amazing. Who wouldn't want that kind of power? Jason, what I liked about Jason was, so when we were working together on this Timiza Barclays banking app, he knew I was a fucking idiot. He knew it. Like, from the first meeting that we sat down together in the meeting. So I was one of the mobile developers, and we were a group of, like, I don't know, 5-6 people in that meeting. And my line manager pointed to me and told Jason, "Hey, Jason, that's our mobile developer over there. If you have any questions regarding the development of the mobile app, you got to talk to that guy there." And I was over there, like, waving my hand, like, "Hey." Jason was just looking at me like, "Look at this fucking idiot." But what I loved about Jason, now, but before I talk about exactly what he did, when you are a junior anything, you've started your career in a new field. When you join a company, you start working as an intern, you come across a large spectrum of people with different experiences, different age, different genders, all that kind of stuff. And you see these people doing amazing things. When I joined in my profession, I was working against people who had 5, 7, 10 years of experience. And the things and the black magic that these guys were doing, holy shit, I couldn't even do jack shit. The amount of hours and things that I needed, like the amount of time that I had to spend to program something that would just do a small functionality, a piece of functionality. One of these people who had 10 years of experience would do it in like a couple of minutes. They would, like, close their eyes and just clickety clack on the keyboard, and they've already written the code that does a certain thing. They would be able to look at a code and instantaneously just debug it and be like, "Oh, I know what the problem here is." I was a junior developer. I had no fucking experience whatsoever. I looked at code that was so simple. Any person who knows how to read will look at the code and be like, "Actually, you know what? This doesn't make sense." I was an idiot. I was completely new in the field. I was struggling. I was just there because, unfortunately, the campus I was in, they didn't give us a lot of practicals. We did a lot of theory, but when it's time to put the freaking practical to the theory, it's like the practical to, yeah, it's like when you put your physical effort into it, you've studied it, right? It makes sense in theory, and then you try and apply it, and it's like, what the fuck, man? Where do I even start? So that's the stage I was in. And fuck. So all this pressure on myself to try and be like my colleagues, impress my line manager, impress myself, impress my workmates, impress the family members at home and back home, and be like, "Oh, I did this, I fixed this bug, I did this," all that kind of stuff. It's like you've done all of these things, you're trying to impress people, you've got all this pressure on your head, literally sitting on your head. And so I was working on this project with all this pressure. So I was getting beat down left, right, and center. Everyone's telling me, "What the fuck are you doing, man? This is so stupid. You could have fixed this in like 2 minutes." Jason came in. He looked at me. He knew I was an idiot, but he said, "You know what? This is amazing work. I really like what you've done with XYZ." And I was like, damn. The amount of encouragement and, like, psych that he gave me, and the motivation that he gave me, just to hear those words out of someone that has been in the field for years, and he just comes in and says, "This is amazing work." It's of course he would criticize it. He would say, "Okay, you can improve this, but this is amazing work. You've done really well." And just saying that, you have no idea as a junior developer, as a junior anything in any field, gives you that reason to wake up and be like, damn, you know what? This guy sees something in me. I'm going to do my level best to not disappoint this guy. There have been studies that have shown that you give someone the right motivation and they can just blow you out of the water. And it's like, I think about it and I'm like, this is a skill set that I want to have when I'm older. I mean, I'm already 6, 7 years in this field. A couple of more years down the line, I'll definitely be managing smaller junior developers at some point. I'm not going to be the fucked up boss that's going to, walk in and be like, what the fuck is this shit, man? You've done such a shit job. What the fuck are you doing? I'm not going to be that kind of a negative kind of a person. I look at the way he treated me and the way he encouraged me and motivated me to just keep pushing even if I was struggling. And that's the kind of a leader I would like to be when I'm working with my team. It's not about cracking the whip and sitting back and watching the people work. I want to be there with my team. I want to be there with the junior developers, helping them grow, motivating them. And I think that was such an inspiring quality in him that I said, you know what, I'm gonna aspire to be like that as I grow older. And then of course the third person. Oh, this one was a big one. He was an old person, and this was a person who was the head of recruitments. I met him before I got into university. I don't have his name, and I don't think I can mention it because I think he might be watching it at some point. I think not watching, but I'm still in contact with him. And I don't want to mention his name, but just know that he's an older person, and he was the head of recruitments back at Nairobi University, and I was this close to applying for medicine. I was this close to becoming a doctor. I had applied. I was actually going to apply, and I went and I sat down with him, and I was having a conversation with him, and he looked at me and he said, actually, from the moment that he just saw me, he immediately knew I did not know what the fuck I wanted to do with my career. He looked at me and was like, "You fucking idiot! That's what he was going through in his head. Obviously, not. He didn't tell me that in person." He looked at me and he was like, "This fucking idiot wants to be a medical doctor. It does not look like a medical doctor." When I showed up to his office, I was wearing baggy jeans and a hoodie and a Maven and a beanie, and I was dressed like a hip hop rapper, man. I walked up and he's just like, "This fucking loser wants to be a medical doctor." So he just sat down with me and just looked at me for like 5 minutes straight up analyzed me like that on the spot. I was just there like, "Hi sir, how are you doing, sir? Is there anything because he was like head of recruitments, like he was in charge of who gets in into medical school." And he's looking at me like, this fucking idiot, what the hell does he want to do? So I told him, "Look, man, no, not look, man," but I told him like, I think medicine is something that I want to do. And he immediately told me like, "I think this is something that your parents have told you to do." He analyzed me and he just asked me like, "What are you passionate about? What is it that you like to do, whether if you were paid or not paid? Like you just woke up that one morning and you just did that and you were happy with your life." He just asked me that, and I started thinking about, okay, I started giving him a list of things that I liked doing, because he was like, okay, if you can't answer this question, what are your hobbies? I said, okay, I love skateboarding, I love music production, I love gaming, I love programming, I love social media and stuff. Like, so I had all this long list, and even from that list, he instantaneously knew that this dude has no clue what he wants to do in his career, what kind of career he wants to pursue. And and so all that, like, from just that couple of seconds of like looking at me, he instantaneously just knew that this guy needs some guidance, because he doesn't know what he's passionate about. And I think that in itself, like, was so inspiring, because he just sat down and asked me this simple question and it still resonates with me. And I look at my job today and I'm so grateful that he wasn't the kind of guy that, because most people don't give a fuck about you. You would have just I would have just gone there and said, oh, okay, you're applying for medical school. Yeah, sure. Give me your documents. And where do you sign? Okay, you sign over here. And how much money do you pay? Okay, fine. Here, there you go. That's it. And we'll get back to you and we'll let you know if you've applied. Nah, that wasn't him. That wasn't him. He actually sat me down and he looked into me. He looked straight at me and just told me, I don't think medicine's for you, man. And I was so brainwashed, because my family members, my friends, I had a couple of classmates who went and did pharmacy in India or Australia. I can't remember exactly where. And he looked at me like, dude, is this a decision that you have made, or is this a decision that has been made for you? Because you are going to be living this life, this job, doing this job for the rest of your life. Is this something that you are ready to live with? When I think about it, I remember a lot of classmates I was studying in the field that I finally picked. And it's so sad that I hear some people who've studied for 4 years or 3 years in the field. They've studied with me for 4 years, and then on the fourth year, they're like, this is not what I want to do. The amount of time, the money, the effort that's been wasted, it's sad to see that, And that was something that I had not really, considered. I didn't take that into consideration. Like, fuck, this can happen to me. What if I did take medicine today? I would be one of the most miserable doctors that you would have ever known. I mean, I'm pretty sure even people wouldn't have shown up, if they see Dr. Asim, Dr. SG. I'm over there, like, I'm coming in, I'm checking your blood pressure, and I'm just so miserable because I hate my fucking job, And there are a lot of people like this. They've picked careers because their family members or someone told them to do something that they're not passionate about, and then they have to live with that for the rest of their lives, and they're so regretful and vengeful, and then they take it out on the clients, on the people that they're working with, on their wives when they go back home, or if it's the other way around, your husband. And man, that was just it was like a light bulb that just flashed in my head, like, wake the fuck up, Asim, wake up. You don't want to go down a path that you don't even love. I was so scared, and I'm still scared of needles, injections, blades, all these kind of, like, I see blood and I start sweating. And just, and yeah, because, yeah, I mean, I really dodged a bullet. So I thank that dude like every day, because I love my job. I love the career that I picked. It took me a while to decide what I wanted to do and find what I was passionate about. But when I found it and I pursued that career, the best part of all of this was it was my own decision. It was something that I was passionate about. And it's not a job at this point. It's a fucking hobby, man. For me, this is not even a job at this point. It's a hobby. There are days I wake up and I can't even wait to wake up so I can just tackle the bug, fix a problem on the software, open up the terminal, see what the fuck is the problem. And this is just something that I'm so passionate about. I just love this. And So I guess for you guys, what you can take home from this is like, yeah, of course, find your passion, find someone that you admire to be. And I think this is the kind of advice that I'd love to, share. And I think him telling me this, and now making a YouTube channel so I can share this information with you guys, I guess that in itself should also, just speak for itself, because it's like he's inspired me to teach people to follow their passion and be passionate about what they do, so that they never have to work a day in their life. It's like you're just doing your hobby. So yeah, so these were the three guys. I hope you guys learned something. I don't know if I was been rambling rambling on for too long, but man. Anyway, Star Records, thank you so much for checking out the channel. I hope you're having a fantastic week, and are going to have a fantastic weekend. And I'll try and do a couple of gaming sessions this week. And what else did I want to do? I obviously work on some more beats. I haven't worked on instrumentals for quite some time, so probably try and do that. Anyway, thank you, Sab, Star Records, and everyone else that clicked on the link and checked out the channel for like a couple of seconds and told me fuck off. I really do appreciate it, guys. It really does mean a lot to me that I'm able to share my thoughts, share my experiences, because at the end of the day, music is a story. Music is, it's an experience. And that's what this channel is always about. Anyway, guys, thank you so much and have a fantastic weekend. I will see you guys in the next one.
Chill Out Records.